Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at how you can complete the Super Int versus Extreme Tech Super Battle Road stage completely free to play. Or sorry, wrong video. This is to complete it with no items. So basically this is the antithesis of my free to play series. In the free to play series we basically spend our time essentially making sure that we can obviously tackle the stage and do what we need to do to beat it with free-to-play units. However, in this video we do the opposite, which is take it on with the most powerful units that we can, so that we can get the victory pretty easily. So the team build that I'm kind of going with here is I have the Dragon Ball Seekers support slash utility unit in the form of Giru. Giru is going to be supporting the friendly GT trio, and we're going to have another rotation of Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That's basically how the team is going to work, with the rest of the units kind of floating in between. Now, obviously, in terms of overall performance, this is kind of not necessarily the absolute best team, but it's a pretty fun team that I found, at least one that I really enjoyed using. And it was pretty enjoyable to do and pretty fun to run with. It's quite quick paced, which was part of the fun, and it's a pretty interesting team lineup. So basically on one rotation we have the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. With his EZA he debuffs extreme type enemies, which is great. He also of course has the ability to stun extreme type enemies, and he also raises his defense on each of his super attacks, which is cool. Then we have the UI Goku, also after his EZA, pretty strong unit as well. When you're below 50% health, he'll activate his transformation, which will allow you to dodge a large amount of the opposition's attacks and makes him a pretty strong unit offensively. Then we have the GT Trio, a unit that does huge damage and can pretty much insta-kill enemies. And we have the Giru unit, who's a Dragon Ball Seekers support. Now Giru has a chance of evasion, and so he's going to be a decent first slot tank as well. He also greatly raises on his super attack, and he seals, so he's bringing a lot of utility. So I think, overall it's all a pretty nice synergy between all the units that we've decided to bring. And I think the overall playstyle is pretty good. I think it's a lot of fun to utilize this team. I think the speed at which you can clear out enemies with the GT trio is a lot of fun. I think overall the team works quite well synergistically, and I think it's a relatively easy team to put together. It doesn't use a lot of big time int LRs or anything like that, and you could probably replicate the same strategy with pretty much any int LR or just any really good kind of int unit, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Team functions really well, and overall I really enjoyed playing with this team. I thought everything looked really good and it was a lot of fun. Situations like this are where you're going to have quite a bit of problems, because obviously the GT trio excel at kind of finishing off or taking out units with their high attack stat, but when you do not essentially take them out or do anything like that, then essentially you are left in a bit of a bad situation, because multiple super attacks is dangerous for a team that has a lot of second slot units, etc. But yeah, overall I think for me, I'm gonna be pretty happy with how this team did. I think Vegeta and the Goku LR are pretty solid, as well as floating units. Vegeta obviously giving support, and the Goku ESBR unit giving support as well. Also a very solid unit. But yeah, I think in general I'm pretty happy with how everything works, and yeah, for me, I was honestly quite chuffed. I think the run was exciting. I think overall it was nice to live kind of on a damage first basis rather than a defense basis, which is also kind of why I went for the GT trio. because they're not really a unit. They're good defensively, don't get me wrong, but they're not really a unit that can kind of live through their defense, especially since you have to play them in the second slot to kind of get their defense to run. So for me, it was cool to kind of do this like offense first related team, which was a lot of fun to put together. And so I really enjoyed that, and I think it makes for an exciting kind of run, an exciting team here. But yeah, overall it was a lot of fun. So I think for me it was a pretty cool run. I wouldn't say this is the most optimal no item run team. I think you can 100% run a more optimal team, a team that's not going to let you down at all, a team that's basically just going to cream through this content. If I had the Super Saiyan Blue evolved Vegeta, probably would have used him and used some variation of the powerful comeback team. I think that would have been pretty good. But yeah, overall, honestly, I think the team just ran perfectly fine. There wasn't really too many issues. This final phase against Cell was a little bit tricky, but if you knock out a couple Cell Juniors, you are basically more than fine. So yeah, for me it wasn't really a big issue. We also got Goku's transformation, which always helps out to get Goku's transformation, just because obviously, like, you know, he does evade all attacks, which is really helpful. The ability to consistently evade enemy attacks, like here, they miss a super attack, bam, super duper dope. Here, second super attack, dodged as well, because he's got guaranteed evasion for this first turn. So that's 2 super attacks already kind of booked out the building. His offensive power is raised quite a bit. It allows us to essentially eliminate a Cell Junior as well, which is great. So overall, a pretty solid run. I was hoping Vegeta would be able to get the stun on Cell, which he did not, which is really the only shame, because we do take quite a bit of damage there. But overall, it was all fine. Once you start to eliminate some of the Cell Juniors, then the threat of dying in this scenario is greatly diminished, which, you know, obviously is great. And yeah, we had a pretty strong rotation to follow up afterwards. Vegito gives some very needed defense to Giru, and Giru obviously we use to take out this Cell Junior here. That leaves us in a pretty strong situation just overall, because now we've taken out 2 Cell Juniors and we can use the GT Trio to essentially take out the Cell, which is really solid. And with that, we basically thinning the ranks of units quite significantly, which, you know, always, like, it always helps. I would have hoped Giru to get a additional attack here, would have been great, just to kind of, you know, seal that Cell, just to prevent him from throwing out another super attack. But yeah, overall, it was really good. We eliminated all the Cell Juniors now, pretty much, so it leaves you in a very strong position. You know, you only have Cell left, and so immediately you're in a much stronger position than when you're just facing multiple enemies. And even though there is a risk of Cell doing a lot of damage, as we saw, Cell only did 92,000 or so to the Vegeta. So in this situation where, okay, we still have Goku's evasion as well, we have Goku's attack strength as well, we've got the support on this rotation, and yeah, we're solid on this rotation. We're very, very good. We get a nice big crit from Goku, and yeah, we basically just get to run everything up and finish it all off. So overall, it was actually relatively easy, pretty smooth run, and yeah, was actually a lot of fun. There was a little bit of kind of risk involved, I guess, because we went for a damage first lineup using the GT Trio, but I thought it would be pretty fun. Also allowed us to incorporate a couple of free-to-play units in the run, and some older units, which I think is always quite fun to do for a no-item run. Like, I feel like, especially nowadays with all the easy A's and everything that comes out, I think, you know, using some different units and just changing teams up a little bit is a lot of fun. And yeah, but overall that was pretty cool. Nice quick run as well. 9 minutes, broke the new record for myself. And yeah, anytime it's under 10 minutes is pretty good fun. But that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, bye.